Sitaram Prabhu, would you like to sing?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm starting. Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Krishna Das Maharaj, Jaya Krishna Das Maharaj, Krishna Das Maharaj, Jaya Krishna Das Maharaj. Guru Chaharana Padma केवल भक्ति सजुमा बंद मोहि सावधाना माते बंद मोहि सावधाना माते जहर प्रसादे भाई ए भव तोरिया जाय जहर प्रसादे भाई ए भव तोरिया जाय कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ होई के कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ होई के गुरुमुख पद्मा बख्या सीतत कोरिया क्या गुरुमुख पद्मा बख्या सीतत कोरिया क्या अरना करी हो माने आशा अरना करी हो माने आशा श्री गुरु चरण रति ऐसे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चरण रति ऐसे उत्तम गति जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्वा एक धन दिलो जय जन्म जन्म प्रभु साई एक धन दिलो जय जन्म जन्म प्रभु साई दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते आविद्या विनाश जते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते आविद्या विनाश जते वेदे गाई जहाँ रचरित वेदे गाई जहाँ रचरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनहर बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनहर बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना हा हा प्रभु करो दया देह मोह पद छाया आहा प्रभु करो रोया देह मोहे प्रभु छाया एभे जगुसुकुवाना एभे जगुसुकुवाना जय गुरु महाराज जय गुरु महाराज गुरु महाराज जय गुरु महाराज जय गुरुदेवा 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 जय गुरुदेवा जय कृष्णदास महाराज जय कृष्णदास महाराज कृष्णदास महाराज जय कृष्णदास महाराज जय जय प्रभु प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद नमो विष्णुपदाय Krishna prasthaya bhutale Srimate Krishna das Swami ite namine namo Vishnu padaya Krishna prasthaya bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami te namine namaste Saraswati Devi Gurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jayam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Gajadhar Srivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hari 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 Bol. Thank you so much, Sitaram Babu. Thank you, Karuna, doing the aarti. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So, Name Shupat Pranam Swasha Shishimati Sevangesa Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai. Name Shupat Pranam Swasha Shishimati Sevangesa Pai Sharamid Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय नाम जय श्रीदास सखों की जय प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसति गौर श्री राधा कृष्ण प्रभु नाम श्याम सुंदर राधा कुंजगिरी गोवर्धन की जय मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय गंगा मैया यमुना की जय तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय दाई गौर प्रेमानंद ओ ग्लोरी समरियोठी ओ ग्लोरी समरियोठी ओ ग्लोरी समरियोठी ओ ग्लोरी श्री गुरु एंड गौर हरे कृष्णा. So, Hare Krishna, everybody. We'd like to. This is a very nice verse from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila. I think, how is it? Adi Lila, no, Madhya Lila, 8th chapter, 5th verse. Jayanti, would you like to chant this?
Yeah, okay. Mantra Guru Arayata Siksha Guru Gana Tanara Charana Age Kariye Vandana. Translation: I first offer my respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of my initiating spiritual master and all my instructing spiritual masters. Part of the purport by Srila Prabhupada: the service of the spiritual master is essential. If there is no chance to serve the spiritual master directly, a devotee should serve him by remembering his instructions. There is no difference between the spiritual master's instructions and the spiritual master himself. In his absence, therefore, his words of direction should be the pride of the disciple.
Thank you for that. Interesting that. Let's actually, in pursuance of that, let's just go. I was going to talk a little bit about his life in times, but actually it may be good to remember his instructions after reading that. Let me see if I can find, we've got some quotations of Guru Maharaj. Yeah. Okay. So these are really amazing quotations. Live for Dharma, die for Dharma. That was one of his favorite quotations. So we have to try to follow in his footsteps and try to live for Krishna, die for Krishna. This is not extreme. This is actually very practical. That While we're living, do whatever we can for Krishna. While we're going, we remember Krishna. Human life is meant for self-realization, God realization, Krishna realization, not sense gratification. Stamp this mantra on your forehead and never forget it. So he used to love this. Human life is for self-realization, not sense gratification. Service and surrender to the lotus feet of Sri Guru and Govinda is the key that opens the gates to the spiritual world. If you protect Dharma, then Dharma will protect you. So we are to turn this lust into love by developing and increasing all the time our desire to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. Where there is no conclusion, there is only confusion. There are no excuses in spiritual life. They just don't work. This is a famous one because often devotees used to give excuses why they couldn't come or why they couldn't do a particular service. And he used to say, no, it doesn't work. Excuses don't work in the spiritual world. Give Krishna, take Krishna. That was a really good one. Give Krishna consciousness. And at the same time, you take it. You understand the philosophy. Take Krishna. Never hesitate in seva. Die, but do not tell a lie. Sure. Respect your elders. Love the youngsters. Always associate with the Lord's advanced devotees. It is better to jump in the Ganga and die rather than break vows or be a forlorn devotee, sannyasi. This was quite heavy stuff. Everyone should first read Ramayana and come to the human platform. Only after that, they can become devotees. The greatest spiritual revolutionary the world has ever seen, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, one of his famous quotes. 13th Mahajan Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Satyaveshavata Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada is 8th Swami ki jai. No separation, no divorce. He was very strong on that. You fortunate souls, followers of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Do or die. If you can't do anything for Krishna, then at least die for Krishna. And that death will be glorious death. Matri Deva Baba, Pitri Deva Baba, Charya Deva Baba, Titi Deva Baba. So it's nice to remember some of those instructions. Take them to our heart and constantly remember them. So, So, just find got it. So just a little brief history of his life. Childhood, His Holiness Guru Maharaj appeared on 2nd of June, 1932. 2nd of June. In his maternal grandfather's village in the district of Ludhiana, Punjab. Maharaj's paternal village was Daulatpur in the district of Kapurthala, Punjab. Very young age, Guru Maharaj left his parents' home and was raised by his maternal grandfather, who was a devout Vaishnava and a renowned astrologer. Under his personal guidance, Maharaj memorized the famous Bhaja Govinda, Charpat Panjarika Shrotra, when he was a toddler. Then Maharaj memorized the details of the Ramayana at the age of 11, and a few years later memorized all the verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam. I think he was 16 at that time. Sri Bhagavad Gita. From an early age, Guru Maharaj was raised as a missionary of Sanatana Dharma. To this end, his wise grandfather made His Holiness aware of other religions such as Sikhism. So Guru Maharaj had a very good, extensive knowledge actually, all the religions. This particularly proved very useful when Maharaj was once invited to speak at a Sikh Gurudwara in Spain. Guru Maharaj astounded the congregation by quoting the Sikh scriptures to endorse Krishna conscious principles. After searching Sadiksha earnestly for a spiritual master, in the year 1949, at the tender age of 16, Guru Maharaj was initiated into the Vaishnava Sampradaya by his Divine Grace, Pandit Trilochan Dev Ji Maharaj Parampat. His education, was parallel to this Vaishnava training. Maharaj also studied at the Punjab University after qualification, joined the Civil Service Education Board, served as a headmaster in a secondary school, and taught English, Hindi, social studies. Apart from Hindi and English, Guru Maharaj also knew Sanskrit, Punjabi, Urdu, and could read and understand Gujarati. And then coming to the West, knowing that Maharaj was meant to serve a higher purpose, in 1966, his spiritual master ordered him, Guru Maharaj, to renounce his civil servant duties and embark on a journey to the West with the aim of preaching Sanatana Dharma. So on 3rd of April 1966, Guru Maharaj left Bharat for the UK and started preaching in London. As destiny would have it, one day some devotees from ISKCON visited Guru Maharaj's residence to invite him to the temple in Berry Place. And the temple president, I think it was Vichitra Virya, I'm not quite sure, was most impressed with Maharaj and kindly requested Guru Maharaj to give regular classes, both in English and in Hindi, on Sundays as well as festival days. And then during the historical 1973 London Mat Yatra, when Srila Prabhupada graced the occasion, Guru Maharaj had the opportunity to have the divine darshan of Srila Prabhupada. So he met him there. Oh no, he didn't meet him there, he saw him there. And then a month later, Guru Maharaj went to see Prabhupada at the Bhaktivedanta Mandir, had a personal meeting with him. It was a little hard to actually meet him because I think the personal servants of Prabhupada tended to guard Prabhupada and not let him see many people for whatever reason. But eventually Guru Maharaj did manage to meet Srila Prabhupada face to face. During this meeting, Srila Prabhupada emphasized the fact that Guru Maharaj had come to the West for the same mission for which Prabhupada had come. So they were in a conversation. Guru Maharaj was explaining why he had come. So the mission was the same. And therefore, there was no need for Maharaj to start afresh. Instead, it would be better if Prabhupada suggested Maharaj join ISKCON. Make use of the preaching centers that had already been established. Because Maharaj was very mature and already completely understanding the values of Sanatana Dharma. In this way, Srila Prabhupada convinced Guru Maharaj to join ISKCON. And then Srila Prabhupada went a little, also Maharaj said, I already have a guru, I already have a spiritual master. And Prabhupada inquired in which Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya. And Prabhupada said, this is the Brahma Sampradaya, which really impressed Guru Maharaj. And then Prabhupada said to Guru Maharaj that you are now Grihastha, but I will give you sannyas. So, of course, Guru Maharaj was a little stunned by that. And he said, I will have to request permission from my Guru. So this is the etiquette. Guru Maharaj followed the etiquette. And he wrote to his spiritual master, and his spiritual master gave permission for him to join Prabhupada's movement, also to take sannyas. When Guru Maharaj was fully convinced with Srila Prabhupada's advice, he immediately and humbly accepted Srila Prabhupada as his Shiksha Guru and Sannyas Guru. Srila Prabhupada became very happy, immediately accepted Guru Maharaj as his sannyas disciple. Guru Maharaj then said that there was one last etiquette to follow. follow through before he could formally join ISKCON. As per the Vedic injunctions and traditions, Guru Maharaj had to take permission from his Diksha Guru. Thus Guru Maharaj wrote a letter to his Diksha Guru, His Divine Grace Pandit Trilochan Devji Maharaj Parampara, requesting to allow Guru Maharaj to join the Hare Krishna movement, that was originally founded by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Bharat, now in the West by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So in the letter, Guru Maharaj explained everything about the movement and Srila Prabhupada. Oh, you can't actually see this, can you? Sorry, dear devotees. Okay. In the letter, Guru Maharaj explained everything about the movement and Srila Prabhupada, how they were preaching the complete philosophy of Sanatana Dharma as described in Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam without any compromise, abstaining from even onion, garlic, tea, coffee, and preaching and following all the 4 regulative principles very strictly. So in the spirit of broad-minded attitude of a true Vaishnava, knowing the benefits of Prabhupada's proposal, Guru Maharaj's spiritual master gave Guru Maharaj blessings to join ISKCON so that Sanatana Dharma could be spread all over the world. So Guru Maharaj, of course, at that time had a family with 3 children. And while carrying out his family duties, Guru Maharaj would visit, preach at the ISKCON temples at the weekends. When his 2 eldest sons were old enough, had stopped further studies and started working, Guru Maharaj renounced his family attachments in order to follow Srila Prabhupada's desire to preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. Of course, that was quite a huge commitment. And his family was not happy, his greater family also. One time, I think they even tried to capture him, kidnap him when he was in Bharat, maybe try to hurt him. But it so happened that Krishna always protected him. On 7th of April, 1974, Maharaj joined ISKCON full-time, started living at the very place temple. On 29th October, 1976, Guru Maharaj shifted to Bhaktivedanta Manor, where he stayed for 18 years. On Ram Navami Day in 1981, Maharaj installed the deities of Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman at the Bhaktivedanta Manor, which was a huge, huge accomplishment. I don't think there were any deities of Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman. Definitely not in the UK, definitely not in Europe. So Prabhupada, so Guru Maharaj was a pioneer. And of course that drew the Hindu community to Bhaktivedanta Manor because Sita Ram is so popular. And Sita Ram, extremely merciful as well. In July 1987, ISKCON's GBC appointed Guru Maharaj as initiating Guru. Since then, Guru Maharaj has initiated over 450 disciples globally. It's an inspiration to thousands of others. He constantly traveled to preach the message of Sanatana Dharma all over the world. Some key places where Guru Maharaj preached are Bharat, Mauritius. He especially liked Mauritius because he saw the community there very humble, conducive to Krishna consciousness. They were very favorable towards Krishna consciousness. And there actually the impact was huge. A lot of devotees were initiated, encouraged in their Krishna consciousness. He met many ministers, prime ministers, managed to change the names of towns and roads. So a huge accomplishment. South Africa, there's many wonderful devotees there. Botswana, Zimbabwe, Spain, Portugal, US, Trinidad, Suriname, Grenada, Venezuela, French Guyana, British Guyana. UK, of course, is his base. Holland, Belgium, Gibraltar, Sweden, and Luxembourg. Guru Maharaj was instrumental in establishing temples in the UK, South London, Coventry, South Africa as well, Ladysmith, Botswana, Gaborone, and Mauritius, Bharat, of course, to name a few. This is one of these departures from the UK, going to Bharat or Mauritius. He used to preach to the Westerners and also to the Bharatiya in all these countries by personally visiting their homes in different cities and encouraging them to become ISKCON life members. Many Bharati people were generally not accepting of the young foreign devotees. However, they were highly impressed by the heavy, strong preaching of an elderly Bharati sadhu. Hence, they were convinced to join ISKCON when they otherwise viewed it as a foreign hippie movement. This is one of the Janmashtami program in South London. On a few occasions, Guru Maharaj met world leaders and preached vegetarianism. One example was Nelson Mandela. Guru Maharaj also preached in mosques where he distributed copies of Bhagavad Gita, met with leaders of the Muslim community, and thus enhanced relationship between the two faiths. This was really amazing. One year we were invited to go to the mosque and we were thinking what to do. Never been to a Muslim place. So luckily Guru Maharaj just landed at that time. And so we arranged for Guru Maharaj and us to go and meet with them at the mosque. And it was an amazing repertoire between spiritual organizations. And this is the Khalifa. It's a very nice, friendly person. Guru Maharaj undertook and led a number of significant projects, namely Save the Manor campaign in the UK, interfaith preaching programs, renaming of roads and villages in Mauritius, establishing of Goshala in Bharat, Pandal events in Mauritius, preaching to political and social leaders and ISKCON life membership campaigns in various countries. His heart was in Punjab, in Kalkidam, where his Guru Maharaj established his temple. And he established a beautiful Goshala with temples, installing Kalki, Gopalji, so many deities. Yes. Kalki was very dear to him. It pained Guru Maharaj's heart to see the state of religion prevailing in the world, especially Bharat, the land where religion was born and flourished. It's witness to so many sins and very religious activity. Mother cow is being killed, and beef being exported from the land. I think that might have slowed down a little bit because of Modi and the new leadership there. All the symptoms of Kali Yuga mentioned in Bhagavatam and other scriptures are manifesting fast. Kali Yuga, age of Kali, has committed so many sinful activities that it has devoured itself and shortened its duration. As a result, Guru Maharaj started praying to Lord Krishna to fulfill his promise to made in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That's to appear whenever there is a rise of evil. Guru Maharaj had been praying to Lord Krishna to appear as Lord Kalki to end this most degraded age, Kali Yuga, re-establish religious principles in the golden age of the Yuga. This is Gopalji, Guru Maharaj worshipping. And he left this world on the 20th of June, 2016 rather, and in Brajabhumi. But although he's no longer physically present, he lives forever in the instructions and in the hearts of all whom he touched. Guru Maharaj ki jai. So, I want the devotees to share any pastimes or anything that you'd like to say for Guru Maharaj, any offering you'd like to give. Let's start with Sitaram. Sitaram Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Smriti Krishna Das Swami iti namine. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Smriti Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesh Sunyavadi Paschat Disitani. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Gajadhara Sakashadi Gaur Bhakti Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Srila Krishna Das Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Prabhuji, I first met Guru Maharaj, who used to come to Mauritius. The first time he came to Mauritius, and I was at the temple. As soon as he saw me, he said, "What's your name?" I started speaking English with him, and he said to me, "Oh, tum Hindu hokar English bolte ho, Hindi mein bolo." So then I spoke in Hindi with him, and he had told me that you can arrange some program, and I arranged a program in the south, named Scalia. I was a resident of Scalia over there, and arranged I invited so many people. There was some 500 to 6. When he came, he saw me, he just flattered me, just said, "You're a genius. So many people you have called." And that day, he told me, "I will initiate you." And that it was a Ramnami day, and he got me initiated and gave me the name Sita Ramdas. So his preaching was so admired everywhere, and he went to South Africa when he was in cold. So again and again he was full. He left us, which gave me very much tears in my eyes. Still now, I just think of him. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you for sharing that. That was very nice. Very nice. Wonderful. Karuna, would you like to share?
Hi Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, I would like to share something about his bold preaching and long hours of preaching. And my Pitaji would drive him from the ISKCON temple to the different places around Mauritius. And 4 hours he would be preaching without really, as if we normally we talk, we don't have much energy. But when he would do his vachan, he would talk, but as if he would have more and more energy while he was talking. So that was amazing how really powerful his preaching was, and he was so much full of energy. And even at the midnight, he would be still going on talking and talking. And then he would ask us if we could do herbal tea for him. So I remember the first time we made the herbal tea, we asked him what he would like to have in the herbal tea. Then he said that few spices, ajwain and cloves, etc. And then he asked us in the car while driving back from the other temples that would do his pravachan. Then he asked, "Did you offer the tea?" Then I would turn to my mother and say, "Did you offer the tea?" Yes. And my mother would say, "Yes, I did offer." And I would say, "Yeah, Guru Maharaj, we did offer it before serving you." "Yes, don't forget to offer whatever you take before. So you have to offer anything you're preparing before taking." So we learned so many things with Guru Maharaj. It's really amazing.
Yeah, well done.
Yes.
That's very good. Good to share that. Yeah, you often used to say that, like especially later on in the years, he used to get out of breath walking, but when he was on the Vyasasan, he would just be like, there's no ailments, it was just no problem. There's nothing wrong with him at all. You wouldn't.
Yeah, he would be someone really different.
Yeah.
One day I remember asking him whether he's feeling tired. Even Pitaji would ask him whether he will go for another pravachan the next day, he would say, yes, of course, I would be going. Even if he wasn't feeling well, he would
Yes.
never would like to cancel the program that had been
Yes.
scheduled. So he
Yeah.
would go every day, every night. He would do the Pravachan Bhagavatam class in the morning and then take some rest. And then at night, 7 o'clock. So Pitaji would drive him to different places. And up to midnight, then would be coming back. And then he would be anxious. Will you be able to drive so late at night? Isn't it not dangerous at driving so late? So Pitaji would say, no, in Mauritius, it's not so dangerous driving late at night. So we can do it. And he would be anxious because there would be Mataji and myself and my sister Chitamanjari would be together in the car. So he would be anxious. We going alone at home like this. But it's wonderful that the pravachan was so bold and so many people, so many persons, they would join ISKCON, they would become vegetarian, they would start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So he was really amazing.
Yeah, it's very true, very, very true. And very
Purity
personal.
makes,
Yeah. Come on, carry on, Karen.
yeah, purity makes a force. We could see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very true, very true.
Personality, and I would say also the energy would come from Srimati Radharani.
That's right, yeah. We often see that.
Wonderful.
Thank you for sharing
We are
that.
so lucky to have him as our guru.
Sorry?
Though fallen, he has accepted us, so amazing.
He'll be very pleased with you. That's for sure. And he was always happy with your father. Whenever he'd come back, he'd say, yeah, this young old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the
That he was above 60 when he met him.
Yeah. But he really took to Maharaj, and Maharaj took to him as well. So it's really, very good. Very, very nice.
Good bonding together.
Yeah. That's good. Very good. Thank you for sharing.
Guru Maharaj, our Savior ki jai.
Yeah, absolutely. Chitra Manjari. Would you like to share?
Hare Krishna, everyone. For me, I would like to share one thing. When Guru Maharaj was in Mauritius, so I usually drive Guru Maharaj to Ganga Talao. So when getting there, Maharaj was with, as usual, his feet was unable to walk. Yeah. So I took the wheeling chair with me, so that I can so that Guru Maharaj will have the darshan around. So when getting down, Guru Maharaj, I said, Guru Maharaj, I have the wheeling chair with me, so we can take you all around. He will say, no, bete, I will. Radharani is here. Radharani will take me everywhere. But as soon as Guru Maharaj was getting down the stairs, Guru Maharaj was really another force with him, and he will go around the Ganga Talao to make all the darshan. It was really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
he loved that place. He loved that place.
Yeah.
He talked a lot about it. Especially I think there was a new temple with many, many deities there. I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, Somnath Mandir.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have all the deities of Dasavtar there.
Wow. Amazing. Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Chitra Manjari. Ram Dulara, would you like to say anything for Guru Maharaj, offering or something?
Hare Krishna, Babuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Guru Maharaj is Guru Maharaj. There's no one can replace him.
For sure.
And he was very bold in his preaching. And I remember once there was an initiation ceremony at the temple. So usually devotees, what they do is they put their shoes in front of the temple. So when Guru Maharaj came, what does a devotee did? They just bend down on their shoes and offer obeisances to Guru Maharaj. Then he says, he always says, Muraka Puttar. So you're foolish. Yeah. What are you doing? You have come for initiation and you're bending on shoes that has gone everywhere. So he asked them, today there will be no initiation. You go home, clean yourself, and then you come. But it was already 2 to 3, because Guru Maharaj always tests that we can bear with him. He always did that. He says, okay, tomorrow initiation, you come early. But he never come early. Guru Maharaj come late at 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Some people go and eat, some drink water, but Guru Maharaj doesn't like that. And he was very pure. But finally, because he was compassionate, so he gave initiation to all of them. He asked them to wash their hands, sprinkle water on them, wash their feet, and come. It was everyone was shocked on that day. Guru Maharaj ki jai, Haribol.
Thank you for sharing. When did you take initiation?
Long ago, maybe 20 years back.
Right. Very nice.
Yeah.
You and your wife together, huh?
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, both of the days on the same day.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah, he liked that. He liked husband and wife together.
Yes. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you for sharing. Jayanti?
Hare Krishna, everyone. I've just actually written a little offering for Maharaj. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Krishna Swami Dinamine. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Dinamine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachayine. Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshtarine. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Guru Maharaj, I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving us the opportunity to serve the Brijvasis, the Gomatas and devotees over the last year. It is only due to your mercy that this has been possible. Your instructions and teachings have been our solace, shelter, and strength. It is also due to your mercy that we are able to study the scriptures every day and also listen to Karuna singing the Vaishnav's bhajans every day. Thank you for allowing us to serve you in this little way. Please allow me to always be your servant, Jayanti Devi.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Shyamalini, I don't know if you actually met, I think you may have met Guru Maharaj in South Asia.
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Once I came, there was the Yati Yatra festival in Trafalgar Square. Then when I came, you asked your Guru Maharaj to bless me. You told him that I'm the niece of Kashyap Muni.
Oh, yes.
And he did. I got his blessing. Yes. I was glad to meet him that day.
Right.
And I think once we came to the temple and he was there. Yeah. We got his blessing and his glance.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
That's okay. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna. Yes, he was amazing. He's an enigma. It's like he's our savior. He still keeps giving from the spiritual world. The blessings are there. Protection is going to be there. He's really, over the last few years, his guidance, his oversight of us has been amazing. You feel his presence because you're always remembering him, thanking him every single day, every single time we do anything spiritual. We thank him so much. By his grace, we are able to engage somewhat in some tiny little seva. One thing always impressed me was especially that video where he talks about do it now, don't wait. If there's something spiritual you have to do it today, do it today now. Don't wait till tomorrow because tomorrow never comes. So this is a really nice, important point. We should bear in mind that life is short and his guidance is there. It might be hard, it might be really tough, whatever we're thinking about doing or doing. But, if we don't make an effort, then there's no assistance. If you make an effort, you just don't know what's going to happen. Amazing things will happen. And even if they don't, it's like, what was it? Prabhupada used to say, aim to shoot for the rhinoceros. People know it's impossible. It ain't going to happen. But if you do it, wow, great effort. If you can't do it, it was impossible anyway, So we should aim high. Aim high. Put him in the center. He's the cause. He's the reason why we're doing it. To glorify him, to appreciate what he's done for us. We can never repay the debt, of course, to the spiritual master, nor to the mother and father. These debts are really impossible to pay back. But somehow, all we can do is put our best foot forward and hope for the best. He also said, don't wait until it's too late. When you're old, everybody will be cursing you. This old man, old woman, just a pain in the backside. When is he gonna die? That was very powerful little video. I think only 2-3 minutes. It's such a powerful video because he gives an inkling of old age. When you're old and you're, like when the body gets old, it's hard to do anything. And then you trouble everybody around you. So the thing is to give your best while you can. Old age, who knows what's going to happen? And give it while you can. Give it your best. Otherwise, later on, we're regretting it. Oh, we could have done this, could have done that. Try to live in the dhams if possible and die in the dham if possible. Don't be a burden to anybody. He gave such instructions which are incredible. We're very lucky to have a spiritual master who cared. Like Karuna was saying, he cared. You're going home alone, middle of the night. He was very caring. That's a rare type of spiritual master. Most don't care for the disciple. They care for the money. They care for the adoration, the fame of being a spiritual master. But Guru Maharaj, he was very personable. Anyway, I'm going to just stop there. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Anybody else? Anything else they'd like to share before we go to the Nishinga prayers? Okay, Guru Maharaj ki jai.